What it do, cuckolds? It's your boy up in this piece. Hater on the road. That's right. I feel like I'm finally better. So now let's get to it. Let's make it snappy. Let's make it awesome. And let's get started. First of all, I want to take a moment to address something that a lot of people have a comment about. I said in my previous video or several videos ago, I don't remember when, that Nas is overrated and he sucks as a rapper. And I want to take a moment to apologize to everyone for nothing at all. Fuck you and fuck Nas. What do you think of them apples, motherfucks? Listen, you got to have your own opinions, Sometimes your opinions are not going to match the popular opinion. In this case, it does, because Nas has sold I think 13 million records in his entire career. The Marshall Mathers LP has sold 35 million. So one Eminem album sells 3 times more than Nas does in his whole career, So there's that. But sometimes people will try to confuse you, to gaslight you, to tell you that your opinion is worth less because it doesn't match with the accepted opinion. But I got news for you, pals. That's not how the world works. Have your opinion, base it on whatever the fuck you want, hopefully fact, and move on with your lives. With that being said, I think that serves as a really good segue to the real point that I'm going to make, which is, of course, that John Cena is the absolute GOAT. All right? Now, in wrestling, unlike rap, there are no sales, right? Well, there's merchandise sales, but you know what I mean, right? That's very, very highly manufactured, If WWE pushes somebody to be on TV every week and this person wins every match, they're going to get more fans, right? Versus, let's say, Tyrese Halliburton, right? This guy, people saying this guy sucks, you know what I mean? He's proving them wrong. Hopefully the Pacers win tonight. I don't think they will, but hopefully they do, right? His sales, his jersey sales, are going to be based on actual success, right? This is the same in rap. It's the same in music in general, but it's not the same in wrestling. So we're going to ignore the fact that Cena has probably sold more merch than everybody. We're going to look at what makes him good. Now, all right, the 17 championships, same thing, right? We're not going to consider that either, because that's also bullshit. Wrestling's fake, so winning a title in wrestling doesn't mean anything, right? Gunther is a 2-time world champion, but doesn't mean shit. CM Punk is a multiple-time world champion. This guy would never be the world champion of anything in the real world, So that doesn't matter at all to your boy. However, what does matter are the elements and the vibes that make somebody a good performer, right? In the context of John Cena, that is an ability to get things done in the ring. Number one, Cena is obviously a massive draw, okay? Cena is one of the biggest draws in wrestling history. Now, I know what you're all thinking, but hater, since Cena became champion, the viewership went down. Yes, that's true, but you can't just attribute that only to him, right? But what you can attribute to him is the fact that he carried this company through relatively shitty period of time, basically on his own, right? He was the man when they had some stars, including Orton and Batista and Triple H, but he was also the man well after that, right? Batista retired, Triple H is gone, Randy Orton is a shell of himself. Cena is having one of the best runs of his career. This heel turn is turning out to be really good. I still maintain that the heel turn itself at Elimination Chamber was really, really stupid and, quite frankly, unnecessary. But everything after WrestleMania has been great, right? So I'm still vindicated, because you could have just had him beat Cody as a face and then turn heel. As a matter of fact, I think that would have been much more exciting. But there you have it, Elimination Chamber tickets weren't selling because the fucking show had 4 matches, so nobody wanted to go. And as a result, we got what we got. But anyways, beyond that, here's a few other things that make Cena the absolute GOAT. Number one, Cena has had a multitude of good matches. This narrative that Cena can't wrestle is complete bullshit, right? Even if we go by the Dave Meltzer scale, Cena is one of the only people in WWE history, in his time at least, to have a 5-star match. His match with CM Punk was given 5 stars, right? Cena, in my opinion, carried that match. Cena is the guy that carries most matches. He doesn't get enough credit for that. A lot of people, you'll see Cena versus Umaga or something, right? Cena's carrying this jobber the entire time. Even with Triple H, Cena definitely held his own, And the few people that are better in the ring than him, with them, he held his own as well. I'm talking about your Shawn Michaelses, your Kurt Angles, right? He never felt like he was being carried. Cena knows what he's doing, right? Number two, Cena has fun moves. The 5-knuckle shuffle, the AA or the FU, depending on what time period you're looking at. He's got good moves. And another thing that I want to point out is this bullshit narrative that Cena only has 5 moves of doom. I can name another 10 moves on the top of my head without even trying. Here's a few right now. The diving famouser. You know that diving leg drop famouser thing he does? That's one. The little, it's called the Doi 5s. He stole it from Naruki Doi. But basically it's like an F5 where he just drops the guy on his face in between his legs. He does that. The fucking Code Red. Cena started doing the Code Red back in the day. The Lightning Fist. One of my favorite moves of all time. The Hurricane Rana. Remember when he started doing the Hurricane Rana? The fucking, what Gunther calls the Last Symphony. He does that too. You know, he used to do that all the time. The Throwback. Remember the Throwback? Right? Cena has a lot of the Springboard Stunner. The, whatever, the half Nelson into the neck breaker. He's got so many moves, and these aren't just moves. These are moves that like were his signature moves in WWE games. These are moves that like he was kind of like almost known for in a way, right? Cena is a guy that has done a lot of moves historically, and he's someone that, in my opinion, if you look at his moveset and you compare it to someone like Gunther, Cena has more moves than Gunther, you know what I mean? He has more moves than Nakamura. He has more moves than Finn Balor, which are basically the Nazes and the Kendrick Lamars of wrestling. Like believe me, bro, they're good because I say they're good, you know? Like nothing fucking shows that they're good, but you have to believe it anyways because that's what the smart community says, right? It's the same exact thing in music, you know what I mean? Like someone might say like, well, does this mean that Ed Sheeran is better than Kendrick Lamar? Yes, of course it does. I mean, you'd be retarded to think that someone like Ed Sheeran or Rihanna or Beyonce or like Axl Rose are not better musicians, you know what I mean? Like sales are what matters. It'd be like saying, do you mean to tell me that Tyrese Halliburton is a better basketball player than fucking, I don't know, Latrell Sprewell? Yes, I do mean to tell you that, motherfucks. The hater knows his ball, and the hater knows his rap, and the hater knows his wrestling. So, another reason why Cena is great, and he's the absolute GOAT, is because the longevity of his career, right? Cena has been around since right after the Attitude Era, right? Like, he's had epic moments, in my opinion, more than everybody, right? Like, maybe you can make an argument for like Hulk Hogan, you know, but he would be right up there. Like, it's either Cena or Hogan. They're the number 1, number 2, you know? I don't think it's close otherwise. Like, you got people like Ric Flair, but quite frankly, like, Ric Flair is kind of like, I love Ric Flair. He's one of my favorite people of all time. But like, in the context of wrestling, like, a lot of his accomplishments came outside of the mainstream, so they don't count for as much, you know what I mean? There are other people, you know? Jericho, Angle, right? Fucking, to some people's minds, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar. There are other people that are successful and should be considered in GOAT category. But in my opinion, everyone that I just mentioned, Booker T, fucking, like, everybody, Luther Reigns, like, Cena's had matches with all these motherfuckers, and quite frankly, he's had good matches with a lot of them, right? The fact that he's won the matches is immaterial, right? There's a lot of wrestlers that I like, you know, like Matt Hardy, for example, who lost most of his matches. Christian Cage is still my favorite wrestler, right? Like, he lost most of his matches, but he was good at what he did, right? Another thing, Cena's promo work, right? Now, I will admit, the hater's an honest man, so I will admit there is some recency bias based on his, in my opinion, top 10 all-time promo on SmackDown, right? Because in the hater's opinion, what makes a great promo are 3 things, really, right? A comedic element, right? You have to make someone laugh. You have to get someone to like kind of get on board and go on the ride. Sometimes a great promo isn't just laughs. Sometimes it's just a very impassioned promo. Like, for example, a lot of people would say that the Pipe Bomb promo was a great promo. It definitely is a good promo. No one's going to deny that, right? But it's overrated because it didn't make anybody laugh. It wasn't a very charismatic promo. So, number 1, promo must make people laugh. 2, the promo must advance either a storyline or a character. And 3, most importantly than anything else, a promo must make sense. It has to be based on articulable truths and actual facts. So, for example, like, let's compare Cena's promo to the Pipe Bomb. The Pipe Bomb was full of horse shit, right? That's one reason why I never liked it, because I'm like, hold on a second. Let's take it back a minute, right? We have CM Punk here just saying a bunch of lies that people want to hear. People want to hear that Tyson Kidd, who sucks ass, is actually good. They want to live in fantasy land where like Dean Ambrose is better than Kane. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit that Dean Ambrose can throw himself through 15 tables and do like 2 more moves than Kane. Kane is Kane, motherfucks. You see what I'm saying? Kane is Kane. Kane has been part of like epic moment after epic moment. And Jon Moxley has been part of, you know, you can argue 0 epic moments. You know what I mean? Certainly not the level of someone like Kane or The Undertaker, playa. The Undertaker, playa. I don't know why I said that in my voice. The point is, the Cena promo, and a lot of Cena's promos, especially the ones where he's serious, because he has like the goofy ones where like, he's like, oh, I'm going to beat your ass, Jack. You know, like he has those promos too. But the promos where he fucking speaks truths, he actually speaks truths, right? A lot of people, like, you know, the people that are allowed to, like the Roman Reigns, the CM Punks, the Triple H's, they'll come out there and they'll just say like, Cena, like, you're overrated. And it's like, no, he fucking isn't, motherfucks. He's better than Roman Reigns. He's better than CM Punk. And this is the thing that pisses me off. And that's why I started off this conversation with Nas, right? It's like, you all know. Like, it's like, everybody knows. You know what I mean? That Eminem is better than Nas, right? Everybody knows this deep inside their heart, right? Like, everybody knows that Mariah Carey is better than Taylor Swift. You all know this. You know what I mean? But people pretend that they don't know, right? I will use the ultimate analogy, right? If someone were to ask you, who's the best basketball player of all time, right? There are acceptable answers, right? Reasonable minds can disagree. Some say Michael Jordan. Some say LeBron. I'm more of a LeBron guy myself. Some people say Kobe, right? In my opinion, Kobe's clearly like not on the level of LeBron and Michael. But some people say Kobe, and it's an acceptable answer. Some people might even say like Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I mean? I'll take Tim Duncan as an answer. I'll take John Stockton. I'll take even Karl Malone. I'll take Magic Johnson. You know, I'll take Jerry West even, right? I'll take Larry Bird. But that's where it stops, motherfucks. If your answer to who's, maybe like you can make an argument now, like Jokic or fucking, or Luka, right? You can make an argument about Steph Curry, you know, like these younger guys that are still playing, right? Well, Steph Curry's not young, but you know what I mean. Like people that are still playing, like their career is not over yet, who the fuck knows, right? But if someone says, like, oh, I think the best player is Dennis Rodman. Now, Dennis Rodman is the haters' probably favorite player of all time, right? Just like Christian Cage is the haters' favorite wrestler. But I'm under no delusions that Dennis Rodman is the best player of all time, right? Another example. I'm a big Zidane fan. I'm a big Ronaldo fan, motherfucks. I'm a big Paolo Maldini fan because I'm an AC Milan fan, right? But all those guys, in my opinion, all 3 of those guys are in contention for who's the best player of all time, right? And you can make the argument that out of, you know, respect, you can put like Maradona and Pelé in there, who in my opinion, if they played today, they would be completely mid. That's not here nor there. You could put Ronaldo 9 in there as well, right? There's a few other ones, you know, like Van Basten, you know, there's a few other ones. But in my opinion, it's like anyone that doesn't say that it's Messi is just lying at this point. And the hater is the biggest Messi hater of all time. I never liked the motherfucker, right? But just because I don't like him doesn't mean that the truth is not the truth, right? It's the same thing. Like, people will be surprised. I actually like Nas. I've bought several Nas albums, but I'm under no like delusion that he's better than Eminem, right? I like Rihanna sometimes, motherfuckers, but you know, I'm under no delusion that Mariah Carey is better, right? I think Aretha Franklin is better, and the hater's never gonna fucking listen to an Aretha Franklin song because the hater's not 75, cucks. See what I'm getting at here? Same thing with Cena, right? I like Christian Cage. He's my absolute favorite, right? If you had a match right now and Christian Cage came to you know, WWE and it was similar to Cena, I would want Christian Cage to beat Cena clean. That's what I would want. But I am under no delusion that this means that Christian Cage is better than Cena. That's the difference between me and a lot of the other wrestling people, right? These people get caught up into their feelings, motherfuckers. They're like, I want Daniel Bryan to beat Brock Lesnar, so he's better than Brock Lesnar. No, he's not. Just because you want someone to win, motherfucks. Like, I want the Washington Wizards to fucking win the NBA championship. They're not going to win shit. They suck ass, right? I want them to win. Doesn't mean they're good. See what I'm saying? Cena, on the other hand, you can look at every metric, right? And in wrestling, they have to be subjective. But there are some objective ones, like longevity, right? Like the fact that he looks great still. He's in his like mid to late 40s. He looks great still, right? He can still go. He can still cut promos. He's clearly an intelligent guy, right? He is a star. He's done things for the company, and he has been rewarded accordingly, right? As far as I'm concerned, the only thing keeping WWE even remotely watchable is the off chance that Cena might show up and cut a promo. Because I sure as shit am not tuning in to see Jey Uso or Sami Zayn. I mean, I would tune in anyways because I'm the fucking hater, but you understand what I'm getting at, right? So that's the point here, right? I just opened my motherfucking phone, right? And it says here, Nas or Jim Jones. I don't know if it's in one of my videos or maybe in one of the other feuds that I've gotten into. Like, I personally prefer Jim Jones, motherfucks. I'd rather listen to Jim Jones. Like, if a Nas song comes onto my Spotify, oftentimes I skip it. I sure as shit am not listening to a Nas song more than once in a row. You see what I'm saying? Jim Jones, I'll listen to him, motherfucks. But that's a personal preference, right? I'm not under no delusions that Jim Jones is better than Nas. I like him more, right? This is the difference between subjective and objective. And subjectively, Cena is not my favorite wrestler. He's one of them, but he's not my favorite. There are many wrestlers that I prefer over Cena. Jeff Hardy. You didn't know about that, did you, motherfucks? Christian Cage, right? Depending on the day, Booker T and Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero. But Cena is better than all of them. It's as simple as that. That's just how it goes, right? Like, I don't like Stone Cold that much. I've always been a Rock guy. But I recognize that Stone Cold is one of the greats. Like, when Stone Cold came back to wrestle Kevin Owens, I didn't give a shit. I don't care. I never liked Stone Cold that much. You know? He was good for what he was, in my opinion, a foil to The Rock. I was more of a Rock and Triple H guy, if I do say so myself. I wanted Booker T to win the feud with him and Stone Cold. What do you think of them apples? Right? But I recognize that Stone Cold is probably bigger and better than everyone that I just mentioned. But not better than Cena. That's all I gotta say about that. Cena is the greatest of all time. Motherfucks.